Kamala has blasted the recklessness, in quotes, of Joe Biden's controversial decision to run for a second term. She wrote about this in her memoir. She said the decision should not have been left to an individual's ego. Was it grace or was it recklessness? In retrospect, I think it was recklessness, Harris writes. The stakes were simply too high. This wasn't a choice that should have been left to an individual's ego, an individual's ambition. It should have been more than a personal decision. Now, Kamala Harris, she goes on in these excerpts from the book to say that because she's a loyal person, she did not chime in. When we were all seeing that Joe Biden was in major decline, you should have been speaking up, Kamala Harris. Here's my thing about Kamala Harris, right? She says she was loyal to Joe Biden. You took an oath. Okay, you took an oath to the United States of America. You work for us. Our tax dollars pay for your security. Okay, we pay your bills. We pay for the naval observatory that the vice president lives in, okay, with Doug Emhoff and his ridiculous daughter, okay, the non-binary looking wannabe model. So Kamala Harris, we pay your bills. You work for us. You should have been loyal to the country. What I'm not hearing here is any culpability. I'm looking at all these quotes, right? She's blaming Biden. She says the team doesn't defend her. They don't stick up for her. She has all these quotes. She blames Karine Jean-Pierre, the communications department, blah, 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 blah. Listen, you got to blame yourself, Kamala. You're a grown-ass woman. What are you, 60 years old? You're a 60-year-old woman. Okay, you've been around the block. You have been around the block. So you can't blame anybody else for your loss. And part of the reason you lost, Kamala Harris, is that your policies are overwhelmingly unpopular, okay? You want open borders, you want men and women's sports, you want crime to run amok on the streets. That's who you are. If you wanted to say something different, the time to do it was during the 107 days where you went 40 days without giving an interview, okay? President Trump goes one day without holding a press conference and they want to make up rumors that he's passed away and gone on to green pastures, okay? They make up all these ridiculous lies in the mainstream media because he took one day off on a holiday weekend to be with his kids. Well, Kamala Harris took 40 days off from doing a single interview. So for her to play Monday morning quarterback and come back around, it's a bunch of BS, buffoonery, tomfoolery, and to use Joe Biden's word, a bunch of malarkey. You should have spoken up at the time, Kamala Harris. You really should have spoken up at the time. Now you want to come around and cash in on this book. You want to cash in on this book deal when you should have spoken up.